going on, everyone? Welcome back to episode 6 of the Shot Clock Podcast. This is going on TV3, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. If you haven't already, be sure to follow us on all social medias. Twitter at the Shot Clock Podcast _, Instagram at the Shot Clock Pod. We're now on TikTok, so just to bring in some more viewers from there. But today I got on with us Toby Billups, Josh Williams. Guys, I want to thank you guys for coming on. But what we're going to do today is Will wasn't able to come on, so we've got these two to come on and talk a little bit about the 2017 draft class. As we see, the 2017 redraft was a little bit controversial. Josh, I want to go and kick it off with you first. Who do you think should have what do you think your redraft would consume of?
All right. For sure, my number one would be definitely Jason Tatum because watching him play Duke, they made it all the way to Sweet 16, and then I think they lost to Kansas, I'm pretty sure, in the Elite Eight. But he was drafted as a freshman, yeah, and he averaged like 20-something points per game, and he impressed me a lot. So I definitely would take him over Markelle Fultz. And then my second pick probably would have been De'Aaron Fox because his quickness, his agility, able to steal the ball from people really fast. I would take him second. Probably I'd take Donovan Mitchell. I'd take Donovan Mitchell third. Draft him Boston because he was just an animal playing for Louisville, and his quickness was a really big part, I think, why he got drafted 13th. But fourth, probably. Well, Josh Hart got drafted 30th, but I definitely would have taken him. I definitely would have taken him 5th because him Villanova, they won those two. I think they won 2 titles back to back, didn't they?
Yeah, back to back.
Yeah, he was a big part of them winning those 2 titles. He was a big role player, and who 7th? Justin Jackson from North Carolina, probably. When they won the championship versus Gonzaga in 2017, I think he was a big tool in the March Madness. Knicks drafting 8. I would have taken Caleb Swanigan from Purdue because his height and his ability to dribble, shoot, all those were big parts of why he got drafted in the first round. And then 9th, with the Mavericks, I probably would have taken Kyle Kuzma. I really didn't hear about him until the end of the year. They came out with a mock draft, and I went and watched his highlights on YouTube. And he looked like a strong, good player. He'd be good in the NBA. And then the 10th pick, I probably would have went with Dennis Smith Jr., crafty guard. 11th. Hold on. Toby, was Bam Adebayo was in this draft class, right?
Yeah, he was about like 15.
So why is his name Ed Reese? Is Bam his middle name?
No, it's his first name, I think.
Yeah.
Bam Idris Adebayo. Okay. 11th, probably would take Jared Allen from Texas because Texas has produced. They were producing a lot of big names, centers at least. Mo Bamba, Jared Allen, and Jackson Hayes. But that was this year's draft. But they produced a lot of good centers, so I knew he's gonna be special. And 12th, probably take Bam Adebayo. Because what he did Kentucky when they went on that run with Malik Monk, and it was just impressive. And then 14th, probably OG Anunoby from Indiana. Crafty small forward, can shoot the ball, has good handles. And then for and probably the 15th pick, I probably would have taken probably Derek White to go to the Blazers because he was an impressive guard from Colorado. I watched his highlights when they came out with the mock draft. So, yeah.
Before we go against what Josh had to say a little bit, because I have a couple things that was wrong with that. But before we go into that, I want to real quick sum up what the 2017 draft class was. Number 1, Markelle Fultz. We all know that, in my opinion, he should have gone undrafted and had to work his way into the league. If you could foresee the future, he would have had to work his way up, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2, Lonzo. 3, Jason Tatum. 4, Josh Jackson. 5, De'Aaron Fox. 6, Jonathan Isaac. 7, Larry Markkinen. 8, Frank Ntilikina. Okay, I can't say his last name, but it's all right. 9, Dennis Smith Jr. 10, Zach Collins. 11, Malik Monk. 12, Luke Cunard. 13, Donovan Mitchell. And 14, Bam Adebayo. And 15, Justin Jackson. Toby, before I say what I have wrong with it, what do you got wrong with Josh's redraft?
Well, I don't know that there's a whole lot wrong with it, but I would definitely have to disagree. Except with the first round, number 1 pick, I'd definitely take Jason Tatum, first pick. And then I'm still going to stick with Lonzo Ball in that number 2 spot. I feel like he had a good couple years as rookie, sophomore season with the Lakers. And then probably with my 3rd pick, I'm probably going to go with Donovan Mitchell, just like Josh. But when it comes to my 4th pick, I got to go with Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma had some really good years, and I really like him as a player.
Kuzma was a beast. I think he's struggling right now in this Lakers system they got going on, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But I feel like he'll figure his way out.
Yeah.
And then I feel like De'Aaron Fox is going to stay in that number 5 spot. I mean, he's just a beast on defense, and then his explosion on the offensive floor is crazy. And then with my 6th pick, I'm going to go with Malik Monk. He's just a crazy offensive player, and his athleticism. And then going on my 7th pick, TJ Leaf has really surprised me. I like his game a lot. A little back to the basket. Got a little nice fader and everything. And then going to the Knicks with the 8th pick, I got to go with Dennis Smith Jr. He's just another crazy, lightning quick guard that just has so much explosion. And then moving on to the 9th pick, I got to go with probably Jared Allen. I mean,
9th pick, you got Jared Allen. I had him falling to about – I had him falling to 10.
Yeah, I mean, he's just an animal on defense, not even crazy. And, yeah, and then probably just moving on there to the 10th pick would probably be Derek Collins. He's crazy athleticism, not even funny. And then just following there would probably be OG Anunoby. He's had some good years in the league. And then from there, I would probably be pretty similar. Josh's.
So for my redraft, I have to disagree with what Josh said. He had who was it? Josh Hart going at 5.
5. I had Justin Jackson going 5. I thought.
Where did you have Josh Hart going?
Like 6th or 7th, I think.
6th or 7th? Okay. See, yeah, I don't have. I think I considered putting Josh at I had Josh at the 15th pick actually, because he would have gone to the Trailblazers, which I feel like is exactly what the Trailblazers could have used. Someone that could fill in the CJ McCollum spot once he retires, which he's got a long way before he retires anyways. But he's that 3-and-D player that any team could use. But I mean, he's had a few solid games. But I don't think he was top 7 pick worthy. But I had, for my redraft, I had Donovan Mitchell going number 1 to the 76ers. Perfectly what the 76ers need alongside Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. I mean, he can handle the ball a little bit. So, I mean, that's a nice combo between him and Ben Simmons as well. Number 2, I had Tatum going to the Lakers. That basically is another coming of Kobe, in my opinion. Kobe.
Hey, you had Tatum. Wait. You had Tatum going what pick?
I had Tatum going 2.
I was about to say, I thought you said 10.
No. I cannot put Tatum at 10.
Hey, Toby. Where you have Josh Jackson at? He's from your boy. He's from college, Kansas.
Hey, listen, Josh Jackson, he's struggling right now, but he's finding his way with the Suns. He'll get there. Give him time.
At 3, I had Bam going to the Celtics. That's exactly what the Celtics need, is that big man. If you look in that 2017 timeline, that's exactly what they need. At number 4, I had Lonzo going. I honestly would put him at like, if you didn't have the Suns having the 4th pick, I would have Lonzo going at like 10. Because if you have a player like Lonzo playing alongside Devin Booker, that's exactly what he needs to succeed, in my opinion. So at 5, I had Fox going back to the Kings. I didn't have anything changing up with that. This may surprise you guys a little bit, though. I had OG Anunoby going 6 to the Magic. I feel like that's exactly someone that the Magic need, is that backup position. I mean, he could even start for them, looking at how well he succeeded right now.
He starts now, doesn't he?
No, he sits – I'm pretty sure he's benched because I think Fred VanVleet starts shooting guard.
Hey, he starts on 2K, so.
Hey, he is a beast on 2K, though. At 7, I have John Collins going to the Timberwolves. You know, I mean, you got Cat. He can space the floor a little bit. John Collins, he's exactly what you need. He's a powerful force inside, great rebounder and everything, man.
Nathan,
8.
Question. So this was 2017 year. Who did you say you were giving John Collins to?
The Timberwolves.
They already got Andrew Wiggins.
Real talk.
They do have Andrew Wiggins then. Yeah, but I feel like if they would have added John Collins, they could have made a trade for that.
It
was pretty determined since that 2016 draft. I mean, Andrew Wiggins wasn't going to succeed about past his second season. It was kind of determined.
All right, I got a question.
But I think they could have played well together. I mean, they both play kind of like similar inside and everything. It obviously would have caused a little bit of cluster, but I think it's exactly what they would have needed at that time, though. I mean, it's a great young core. They could have built it up as time went on. I mean, people never thought the Warriors was going to end up being good. I mean, there was a few times Steph was considered a bust. So I think eventually they could have meshed it together. I mean, they could probably be like a top 3 team in the league right now if they would all stuck together.
Yeah,
that 3 would have happened, in my opinion.
For sure.
Yeah, John Collins has a lot of length, and so does Cat. And
besides
been good 3 for sure.
Yeah, the only thing I feel like is that interferes with John Collins is like what happened with that 20-game suspension at the beginning of the season with the failed drug test.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only like worry about him. I mean, besides that, you know what type of player he's going to be, what type of player he is. So at 8, I had Kuzma going to the Knicks. I think that's exactly someone the Knicks would have needed, especially seeing how well he took up to like the star role his rookie season. No one really stepped up to it. I mean, it was a young core, and he averaged like 17 points per game that season, which was so unexpected.
Are we going off his college stats?
No, right. I'm talking about in his NBA career.
Now?
Yeah, Kuzma, he averaged like 17 points his first season. I think he would have been perfect for the Knicks. It's exactly who they need to fill that role. I mean, R.J. Barrett's not doing it too well for him right now, and that's 2 years in the future prior to this draft.
Kuzma did help at the start right when he got drafted, because now, but now since free agency, the Lakers, they've built such a veteran all-star kind of team that they really don't need him except when they come off the bench. They need like young core off the bench.
Yeah, that could be a whole nother topic for another day. I have a big like disagreement with him coming off the bench. But at 9, I had Lauri Markkanen going to the Mavericks. That's basically Kristaps Porzingis, except like the D-rated version of him as of now. I feel like he fits that role perfectly.
Yeah, he still has room to grow, though.
Yeah, I mean, they love those foreign guys, too.
Hey, who do you team up with at Arizona?
Do what?
Who do you play with at Arizona? Because they went to was it – he plays for the Knicks.
Dennis Smith? I don't know. That's the only player I know from the Knicks from that lottery draft.
Lord. All right. Go on.
So at 10, I had Jared Allen going to the Kings. That's basically what they picked up Marvin Bagley for, was someone that could protect the rim. So if they could have got that a year earlier out of Jared Allen, that would have been perfect for him. But eventually they did trade that pick to the Blazers. But I think in that case it wouldn't have happened. At 11, I had Malik Monk going back to the Hornets, staying there.
Alonzo Trier.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
That's who he played with. They lost to Xavier in Sweet 16.
At
Yeah, I forgot about
12, I
Lonzo
had
Trier.
Derek
like
White
his
going
game.
to the Pistons. 13, Luke Cunard to the Nuggets, which that was eventually traded to the Utah Jazz, which was the pick.
For real?
Yeah, that was the Donovan Mitchell pick. Was
You're
13.
gonna take you take Cunard 13th
Yeah, for sure.
over. Man, I would take this Orlando dude over.
Jonathan Isaac?
Did you say? So you're drafting Luke Cunard? What pick?
I'm drafting Luke Cunard, 13th pick.
So who have you not picked yet? Who do you think he's better than?
Jonathan Isaac. I don't even have him in the lottery.
Jonathan Isaac. He plays with Orlando. He starts with Orlando right now. He went to Florida State. Yep.
I think Luke Cunard would have meshed well. Like, I kind of did this, like, realistically, if you look who would have meshed well. I think Luke Cunard, as the way he plays now, I mean, he's a great three-point shooter. He would have played well for the Nuggets. I mean, they're a spacing team.
Yeah.
At 14, I had Zach Collins going to the Heat. I don't know much about Zach Collins' game. I don't know if he's really about the Heat culture, but, I mean, it's a great pickup for them to have. And then 15, I have Hart going to the Trailblazers. So, I mean, you could kind of mesh that around Josh Hart or Zach Collins at 14 or 15. Josh Hart probably meshed really well with the Heat culture, but, I mean, eventually the 15th pick was traded to the Kings. So, I mean, if you're looking at that perspective, Hart probably would have been a great fit for that.
Oh, yeah. So 10th and 15th.
Do what?
10th and 15th were traded because Justin Jackson went to the Kings. And okay, I thought so.
I like Josh Hart pick to the Trailblazers. I like seeing him playing underneath Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum playing underneath being a young core, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what CJ McCollum's about, is basically Josh Hart's game. I mean, except CJ McCollum's like 20 times better, but I mean, if you look at it, that's the perfect role. Josh Hart hasn't really had that shooting guard role to look up to.
Yeah.
I mean, the best role he probably had to look up to was Kobe, and Kobe wasn't even at Lakers practices.
Rest in peace.
By then. But even at the Pelicans now, I think he's starting to succeed in the Pelican system because he has J.J. Redick there. J.J. Redick's the perfect role model for him.
Yeah.
3-point specialist.
Yeah, I mean, and they're both media personalities. I mean, Josh and JJ both have a podcast, lighthearted podcast, and JJ, I don't know what JJ's is. But I mean, they both have similar personalities, so I think that's great for him to be at the Pelicans right now. But let's go on to our current players starting five. So we're going to assume you can choose 5 stars, each position: point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center. They all assume they're all healthy. Toby, we're going to start with you. Who you got?
Ooh.
Wow, this is tough. So, current players?
Yeah, current players.
Man, all right. So
Can we use the same players as can I use the same players as Toby?
I mean, if you have them, yeah, you can use them. You can agree with them in any way.
Well,
All right.
at my 1, I got to put LeBron at the point guard position. He's obviously such a 3-way player. He can play any position on the floor, but I love
Real
him.
talk.
Versatile, yeah. I can agree with that.
Oh, and then I got to go with Anthony Davis at my 4. I know I'm going to jump around here a little bit, but still, got to go. Those two just play so well together. And at my center, man, honestly, I like putting Hassan Whiteside there. I love his back to the basket game.
Oh!
Yeah. I love Hassan Whiteside.
Okay.
Let's see. At my 2, I gotta go with JJ Redick. He's such a just like a reliable player to go to. He's a go-to. He can get you a bucket anytime. And then at my 3, that's a tough one.
I mean, honestly, you could play Giannis at the 3. I mean, he's small forward or power forward. You can consider him either way.
Not wrong. But
No jump shot though.
Oh, that is true. He's starting to develop it.
I think I got to go with KD. He stretches the
KD.
floor so well. Him and Bron, that's one stacked lineup, if you ask me.
Josh, do you want to go on with who you got?
Real talk. Okay, with my 2 spot, man, Super Bowl, Luka Doncic, my boy. Man, his range, it's so insane.
He's so
Okay.
inconsistent, though. I mean, if you watch his games, I mean, he's not the most consistent. He just
Okay, but
chucks
you
up a
gotta
lot.
say a guy from overseas that nobody really knew about until like 2 months before the draft, nobody knew about, and how he's done so far, and how he's helped the Mavericks so much. Because if you think about it, Mavericks on the come up because their youth, they're building off youth, and the youth are getting it from the draft.
I mean, that's exactly why they traded for Brazingas, is that youth.
It's impressive, yeah. He's my small guard, right?
Yeah, he's shooting guard. You could play him at point or shooting
my small
guard.
forward, I would take Kawhi Leonard probably.
Kawhi? Okay.
His defensive skills, he can play any position really. I don't think except the guard spot, but he can play the center spot, power forward, small forward, maybe even small guard if he had to. His defense is insane. His wingspan really helps with blocking shots or scoring. My one spot, I'd probably take Damian Lillard because he's just deadly all the time. Bottom line, if you need a clutch player, it's Dame time.
Dame, yeah. I mean, he's the definition of clutch.
Okay, so I got one. I'm looking at best NBA players right now. Okay, I got him. My small forward. Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, you got small forward,
Okay,
point
I got
guard,
power
shooting
forward
guard.
and center. I got a center now, right?
Nah, you haven't named off the center or power forward yet.
Okay, I'll take Joel Embiid as my center probably.
Ooh.
Hey, I just like his mindset. He's a killer mindset, and I like how he's been doing since he's been in the NBA. I'm impressed. So I would like to switch my power forward. I want Kawhi Leonard at the power forward. At my small forward, I want Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton?
Chris Middleton from the Bucks,
I
baby.
know this guy did not just say he could choose any player in the NBA, and he chose Chris Middleton.
I was going to say he switches Kawhi Leonard to power forward. I'm like, okay, he's going to pick LeBron here, like
Yeah,
Giannis or
dude.
something.
Hey,
He goes, let's pick Chris Middleton at the 3. Like,
hey, Chris, if you see this, I'm a big fan. But he's deadly, dude. Like I went and watched him play the Pacers this year. He had about 20 something points in the past 2
I mean, he's
3
been
years.
averaging 20 all season, past 2 seasons. So he's been
I love his jump. I love his jump shot so much. His court vision, I really like it. And yeah, definitely Chris Middleton.
He's over here trying to shame me for picking Hassan Whiteside.
I was going to say he picks
Oh,
Chris
come on!
Middleton.
Hassan doesn't have a jump shot.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
Hassan
need that.
isn't an
I got
all-star
LeBron,
either.
I got KD.
He does
Right.
hang out. He hangs out with DJ Khaled. Real talk.
I want to – my starting 5, all right, I got at point guard, I got Damian Lillard, like Josh said, definition of clutch, Dame time all the way. At the 2 spot, I got Klay Thompson. Listen, you'll see why I picked Klay at the 2. Small forward, I got LeBron. Power forward, I got Giannis. At center, I got AD. Okay, so I'm not worried about Giannis. Even though Giannis can't shoot, you've got LeBron, AD, Klay, and Dame. They can all pretty much shoot. LeBron's a little bit inconsistent. But I mean, all the other 3 are like incredibly on point. So I mean, you look at that mesh. So just imagine you've got LeBron alongside Giannis. Just how insane is that? That's just lobs back and forth. But AD and LeBron, they've already proven to be a powerful duo. I think if you added, just like I said, you add LeBron or Giannis in that equation, it's unstoppable. You add Dame into that equation, you've got 82-0 right there. You've added Klay Thompson in that equation, you got 98-0 in that. So, yeah, you got playoffs, 98-0.
Bro, my five's easy taking y'all, dude. Bottom line.
God, no. Chris Middleton.
Hey, Chris Middleton's stopping a triple-double.
He's going to get stomped on if he went up against that lineup. Oh, my.
Nathan, I like your 5. I like putting all those guys in the pick and roll. I mean, how can you stop that with AD?
I was saying,
Players. I like that.
I would like to add,
damn you ain't doing a pick and roll.
I would like to add Kawhi in there, but I'm a little biased, so I don't like Kawhi. So yeah, I gotta throw him out.
Lakers fan.
Ha.
All right, our next topic is Kevin Love. He came out with a statement earlier this week. He said, "Man, I wish LeBron, Kyrie, and I would have stuck together one more season." And LeBron, someone quoted back on it like, "Oh, it was Romeo Travis, one of LeBron's friends." He was like, "Wow." He's like, "That would have been insane." So, what's your guys' thoughts? How well do you think they would have played if they would have stuck together one season?
Mike, it's yours, Toby.
All right. Well, knowing me, I was definitely a Cleveland fan during those
Oh yeah.
final runs. I wouldn't say I was a Cleveland fan, but I'm a LeBron fan. I just follow LeBron wherever he goes. But I say if everyone's healthy, like another year, and Kyrie's mental health is okay, better than it is right now, obviously, then I feel like they make another championship run and they get another dub. Because especially even if the Warriors have KD, they're still going to go to Game 7. That's still going to be a tough matchup. I feel like Cleveland could pull it out because Draymond Green can't match up with Kevin Love. I don't think he can. Personally,
I think they would have won that series.
No, real talk. I would like to see the Kevin Durant LeBron matchup
With full force, and rather than just Channing Frye and Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson as your three other players.
Yeah.
I want to real quick mention the Kyrie's mental health. I like how you bring that up because, I mean, that could be like a whole nother show itself, just decoding his Instagram and Twitter tweets. Sure. I mean, that man posts some weird stuff. But, Josh, what do you guys say?
Real talk, yeah, I do think Cleveland could win another championship because just with nobody's going to beat a LeBron Game 7. LeBron Game 7 mentality, nobody's beating that. KD will not stop him. Nobody will. Like, him, Kyrie, the way Kyrie played in that Game 7, you keep that together. Well, without Kevin Love pulling his arm out, was that the next year, right? Versus Boston, was that?
It was
the next year.
Yeah.
It was the year before?
Year before.
Okay. Cleveland, I think, they still went to the finals, right? But got swept?
Yeah, because it was
okay, real talk. They would have – I think if Kevin Love did not hurt his arm and was actually full health, they would have won definitely – if they would have stayed together for like another year or two, they definitely could have won a title or two.
I want to go in a little bit here. You mentioned LeBron Game 7 can't be stopped. You watch guys like Skip Bayless and a bunch of Stephen A. Smith, sometimes Max Kellerman. They all say LeBron doesn't have that killer instinct. I don't think that's true at all. I mean, we watch him; he has killer instinct. Look at that, what he did against it was the Timberwolves. It was about like it was about March 11th against the Timberwolves at a home game, and he hit that fadeaway to win the game.
Yep.
But I mean, he obviously has the clutch gene in him. Obviously, he doesn't have the best jump shot. I mean, he'll take the shot, except for in the 2016 finals when Kyrie took that shot to help seal the series. But
that shot shouldn't even affect his killer instinct.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, LeBron's a smart player. He knew that Kyrie.
He knew Kyrie had it in him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But Cleveland has that trust. That's why I could believe if they all stuck together and stayed in good health, they could have won another series, a championship. Because Golden State, they're just superstars. I don't think they had that. They didn't have a bond like Draymond Green. And
you watch Kevin Durant now.
Those three are close. Him and Curry.
If you listen to what Kevin Durant now is coming out and saying about that bond, he's came out and said he's like, I didn't like them kissing up to Steph Curry all the time. I didn't like them kiss up to Clay. I mean,
yeah, you saw Kevin Love, Kyrie, and LeBron in press conferences. They're like best buds.
Yeah, I mean, they all sat there right next to each other and everything.
You never saw the Warriors. Well, yeah, like Klay Thompson and Curry, but they're both
Splash
close,
Bros.
But,
what else are you gonna expect out of that?
Yeah, but I don't think they had the bond that Cleveland did.
Yeah, but then going back to that Kyrie topic, even then, like, I don't know if you guys remember the exact moment, but it was in a press conference when a reporter asked Kyrie about LeBron James being like a father figure. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He kind of responded like hastily, like hostile, I guess would be the word. And I wonder if that would have played into role like more in the next years coming if they stayed together, or if not.
It's crazy to think about that. It's been like 3 years almost since he's requested that trade.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the most questionable moves in NBA history, in my opinion. I mean, I think if they would have stuck together, they could have won I think they would have won in 6 against the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Full health against KD, Kawhi, and Clay and Draymond. I think they would have won that. Draymond's a little overrated, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But, I mean, I think it would have been a 6-game series. It would have been in Cleveland's hands. I am glad that it went down the way it did, though, because otherwise he wouldn't be on the Lake Show. So
Yeah.
I'm glad it went down the way it did.
I think all LeBron really wanted to do was just bring a finals back to Cleveland, like he said when he came back. This is for you, stuff like that. After the finals, I think it's what he wanted because after he left Cleveland the first time, not winning any championships, I guess maybe you can call him a ring chaser. I'm not sure.
No, I wouldn't consider him a ring chaser.
He got 3 rings with Miami, right?
He got 2 rings for Miami and then 1 for Cleveland.
But he left Cleveland, went to Miami, got 2 rings, came back, won a championship, and then I think he went to LA for the money, honestly, because they were having bad seasons. They really were. After, even with Kobe. Him, D'Angelo Russell, Larry Nance Jr., Jordan Clarkson, they were at the bottom of the West.
You know, I gotta disagree with you, Josh. I really do. I feel like LeBron went to LA because he saw opportunity. He's like, okay. I mean, he sees all these young talent, and everybody always makes jokes about LeBron trading people and everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, even then, like, LeBron is LeBron. He's like a head owner of a team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's even mentioned he wants to be a GM in his future.
Yeah, exactly. And so I feel like he saw opportunity to make the team his own. In a way.
Yeah. I want to back to a little bit about who would have won that series, though. I would kind of want to talk a little bit about, do you think injuries would have kind of affected that? Because we all know Kyrie, Kevin Love, all a little bit injury prone. So LeBron, he broke his finger in that 2018 finals I think it was about game 1. He did play all those finals with a broken finger. I remember that statement coming out later.
Bottom line, bro. That's why he's the GOAT. I don't know people calling Michael's better than him. Bottom line. Okay, I know this is not part of that theory, but I just want to say this. For real? Okay. Michael Jordan, he was surrounded by good players. Scottie, Dennis Rodman.
Steve Kerr.
LeBron had, let's think, Kevin Love and Kyrie.
Tristan Thompson.
Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert. I'm just saying that, like Stephen A. Smith said, that LeBron would not survive if he played back in that era.
No.
He would have dominated.
Yeah.
The size he has, his ability to move on the court, his court vision, it wasn't the same as guys back then. And that's obviously why he's the best player of all time.
I mean, those guys are what inspired how he plays now. But he just put it all together and, in my opinion, made it better. I mean, that's why he's the undisputed GOAT, because he took – like a lot of players, I feel like they try to learn from the past, but they can't apply it as well as some of these other players can. LeBron, he applied it, and, like, he's like a modern-era Magic Johnson mixed with, like – I don't even know who he'd be mixed with, in all honesty.
Yeah, I mean, like, if we look back, like, in Michael Jordan's era, as Josh said, then you don't see any 6'7", 250 guys who are as strong as LeBron and can move like LeBron and have the same skill set as LeBron. Those guys back then were centers. That's what they played.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Jordan, he played – it was like one of his toughest matchups was Patrick Ewing against the Knicks and the Pistons, also the Bad Boy Pistons. Someone put on Twitter, it's like, I'd love to see LeBron dunking on someone to the tune of the Bad Boy Pistons. But, I mean, I think he would have perfectly matched up. I think LeBron could have propelled them against the Pistons.
I mean, who on that team could guard LeBron? Yeah,
I mean, Isaiah Thomas is at the height, but look how skinny he is compared to LeBron.
I mean, Joe Dumars guard Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
But I almost feel like if LeBron played, they'd have to bring the young sophomore season Dennis Rodman out.
Yeah, and not to mention LeBron has that three-point shot too. Something MJ never had was that three-point shot. The three-point shot was barely – it was invented, but it wasn't prioritizing the game.
That game.
Yeah, it was today's modern day LeBron put in
Michael
that
Jordan
era.
survived.
It's just dominant.
Modern day era, Michael Jordan, I don't think he could survive in the NBA.
Since we're talking about a little bit about dynasties, we're talking about Chicago Bulls a little bit. I want to go on with the Warriors. So we look at the Warriors. They lost KD in the offseason. People thought Clay might be gone. Now we go back. Clay signed a max 5-year extension. So you've got Andrew Wiggins now, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green.
That's it.
Eric Pascal. I mean, you could put Eric Pascal in there.
Well, if you don't know
Yeah, I mean, they're all great players, but do you guys think their dynasty will reign?
I think they're done. They had their little 4. How long was it? 4 years.
Like 5 years, honestly.
They had their 5 years, but their youth. Yeah, as you said, Nathan, they have Curry, Thompson, Green, Wiggins, Eric Pascal, and maybe Kevin Looney. But the youth they have, I'm not really impressed with Jordan Poole or Damian Lee. Who else do they have? Overseas guys. I'm not impressed because unless they can, because their record this year was terrible.
Yeah, it was like
Curry was
won
hurt.
15 games.
Curry and Clay. Draymond wasn't hurt, right?
Draymond played the full season.
Okay, well he wasn't going to do anything. He wasn't going to carry the Warriors or anything. But if I can understand that they have Curry or Klay Thompson, but unless they can pull some guru stuff in free agency, the next 2-3 years, I don't see them coming back to the top.
Kobe, what's your thoughts?
I'm interested to see how that team forms when both Steph and Clay and Draymond are all healthy together. I'm interested to see how they form. And then when you look back at was it the 2014 first year that they won their finals?
No, that was 2015. 2015 was first season.
You look back at that, it was just those two superstars, Clay and Curry. And then they just had role players around them. I mean, you look at all the greats, good players or great players make other players good players when they play around them, And so I feel like if they can pull in τι another veteran like they had Andre Iguodala back in 2015, they can pull one more veteran in, I feel like they could rise to the top again. But I'm interested to see what happens when they come back to full health.
I want to talk a little bit about Andrew Wiggins specifically with this dynasty. Wiggins, I feel like they kind of there's been some stuff that's came out from the Warriors, like PR. They're like, oh, we think Wiggins is going to perform up to expectations. Like they don't want to trade. They said something about how they didn't want to trade any of their core. Obviously, they're going to trade other pieces to get more valuable items. But Wiggins, I feel like he's one of those guys that's got to go. He's got talent where you can make an offer for him. So I think if they want to continue a dynasty, you got to look in the package for Joel.
David Blatt. God, what a legend.
But imagine if you pick up someone with Joel Embiid out of the flip of because what are they going to have? They're going to have a top 3 pick in the lotteries. So you can combine Andrew Wiggins, the top 3 pick, and let's say you throw in Eric Pascal for Joel Embiid. That's perfectly what they could need to continue their dynasty. And I mean, 76ers aren't going to go anywhere. 5 years.
Hey. Okay. They have potential.
I don't think they're going to go anywhere.
Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, Al Horford, Joel.
Too many bigs, too many.
Matisse Thybulle. They have a decent squad. I think they can.
I like Matisse. Matisse is.
I see a championship in their next coming years.
Maybe
I don't know. I think the highest they'll reach is Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think they'll reach finals.
Yeah.
Okay, real talk. Kawhi should have never hit that shot. Okay, impossible. That's an impossible shot. If that game went to overtime, Philadelphia would have won.
But I think that was their season. That was their season to win it all.
It really was.
Yeah,
all ended by a lucky shot.
Yeah, I don't think they have any more coming with them.
I think they would have beat the Warriors. I mean, if they would have went.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that was That was
I mean, if you look at the finals, if
KD's still
doesn't
gonna
get
hurt himself.
if Clay and KD don't get hurt, I mean, no one beats them.
Well, yeah.
yeah. I mean, the Warriors would win that because
Easy.
who else is going to take a shot up against? Let's say you got KD in the clutch. KD puts it up 30 seconds to go. Who are you going to have take the shot? Jimmy Butler? No, I don't rely on Jimmy Butler to take a.
Ben Simmons, bro.
Ben Simmons cannot perform in the clutch. I don't think there's been a time where he's proven that. Maybe against like a lottery team, he's proven that. But besides that, and I think health is another thing that occurs with him. With the 76ers, you've got Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid out every other week. It's like Joel Embiid is going to be in the lineup this week, but Ben Simmons is going to be out for a hamstring fracture. Every other week, it's alternating. But
the Pistons won the NBA Finals.
back to the Warriors dynasty, though. But I mean, yeah, I think health. I don't think Klay's going to come back full blown Klay Thompson. I don't think he's going to come back as strong as he was before.
He's not in his prime anymore.
Do what?
He's not in his prime anymore.
I think he was entering his prime last season. I think last season was his prime, but since that injury.
With that injury, I don't think he's
out of his
yeah,
prime,
what you said.
Listen, let's be real. Klay is a shooter.
Klay is a shooter, yeah.
I mean, I don't think there really is a possibility for him leaving his prime. I mean, you look at Ray Allen. Ray Allen was a great player up until he retired,
Yeah, I mean,
really had his prime,
Yeah, I like how you brought up Ray Allen because I was just about to mention that Klay's kind of like a Ray Allen type player. He can he catches off the pass and shoots it. That's exactly what Ray Allen was. I mean, you watch that clutch shot, rebound Bosh, Allen for three, bang, that's good. Heat tie the series, and so I mean, you look at that. I think it's just Klay Thompson is going to be a more Ray. I think Klay was a better player than Ray Allen was, but now he's going to be Ray Allen. Now that injuries occurred, because he was starting to finish at the rim. That's something Ray Allen wasn't too good with. So, I mean, it's just Ray Allen 2.0, Warriors edition. But I also want to talk about Eric Pascal. Oh, go ahead, yeah.
Real talk?
I know. I said it to you.
Do you guys think that the Warriors could keep up with Dwayne Wade, LeBron, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, and the Heat squad?
Are we talking about the Warriors in that timeline or Warriors?
Yeah, if the Warriors were in that timeline, how do you think they'd do in the West?
Well, what I mean by Warriors in that timeline is that 2013, 2012, 2014 Warriors, or are we talking about 2017,
I'm talking about
2018 Warriors?
KD, Green, Curry, Thompson, all them.
Okay. Toby, I'll let you go first.
What's your series count with the Warriors and the Heat?
Game 7. That's Game 7.
Game 7 for real?
For real, yeah.
Because I don't think – actually, I wouldn't say Chris Bosh is a beast. I wouldn't say he's bad either.
Which Warriors squad?
The 2017-18 squad.
So
KD, Curry, Thompson. I don't think Draymond couldn't keep up. Draymond definitely couldn't keep up with Chris Bosh.
No, I think honestly, I really think that 4 and 5 for the Heat, that Chris Bosh and Udonis Haslem, they played big in that series. I think they played big and they showed huge. I really think that's where the Warriors' downgrade is, I guess would be the word.
Yeah.
They match up everywhere else. LeBron on KD, Clay on Wade, Mario on Curry.
Yeah, you mentioned Draymond keeping up with Bosh. I disagree with that a little bit because Draymond's been proven to be a versatile defender. He can play any position. 6'6", power forward. He's going to be able to keep up with Bosh. Draymond knows how to guard the three, knows how to guard the inside. But a little bit about the Ray Allen. Him and Clay have those similar ties like we talked about already. But LeBron was a beast in his Miami years.
Oh, of course.
I don't think anyone's beaten the prime D Wade and LeBron in those Miami years. KD, I definitely think could keep up with it. I don't think Curry's never – I mean, he performs. He doesn't perform well in the finals, though. That's been proven time and time again that
Dallas.
that's why he's never won
Wait.
Finals MVP.
You said who could compete with the Miami squad?
I mean, yeah, we could bring that up. Who you think could compete with them in all time?
Well, when Miami did lose to the Mavericks had a really good veteran all-star team that could Jason Terry, Jason Kidd, Dirk, Sean Marion.
I think they won that season because that was the first Miami season together. That first big three.
Yeah.
I don't think the chemistry was fully there yet for them to
Mhm.
be able to exceed it. They should have won that finals, but I mean they didn't.
Yeah.
I think today's Clippers could keep up with them
With the Mavericks or Heat?
with the Heat.
Oh,
Today's
yeah.
Clippers.
For sure.
Yeah, I know.
I like that matchup.
I don't know about Kawhi guarding LeBron playing for
No,
the Heat, but the LeBron's jump shot was so much smoother when he was with Miami. But I think it was way more consistent when he played with Miami than nowadays.
I think it's more consistent now. I mean, he's owning up to the shot a lot.
Yeah.
He looks for that shot. I mean, when people give him it, he takes it.
Yeah.
He's more confident, I feel like, than he was with his shot in Miami. But I think you got Kawhi on LeBron. You've got PG on Dwayne Wade. You've got Harrell on Chris Bosh. You've got Lou Williams guarding Allen. You've got Ivica Zubac. He's a great center rim protector. I honestly would probably maybe give a 7-game series to the Clippers.
Yeah.
I think that could be let's say you got I know Paul George isn't performing up to expectations this year, but you got prime Paul George. I think that could probably win the whole series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I hate to say it, guys. That's all we have for this episode. We talked about Kevin Love's statement on if the Cavs played one more season together. All-time starting five, 2017 redraft, Warriors dynasty. We even brought in so many more topics with that, MJ versus LeBron and everything. Guys, I want to thank you for coming on, doing this on short notice, though. So thank you guys for that.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks.
But be sure, if you're listening to the podcast, follow us on Instagram at the Shot Clock Pod, or follow us on Twitter at the Shot Clock Podcast _. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok now. We're on everything. Be sure to find us, whatever social media platform you prefer, and keep us updated and let us know what you're thinking of the podcast. Please leave a rating on the podcast as well. Share it to your friends and family. Make sure they're listening. I hope you guys are all enjoying the episodes. I know we are. That's all we have for this episode, and we'll see you